latest story. So, a radio station in Pennsylvania parted ways with an
Mhm.
interviewer who used questions sent in advance during an interview with President Biden over the weekend.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, so this was black radio station WURD in
Yes.
Pennsylvania, I believe, and
Yes.
the co-host, Andrea Lawful Sanders. So the White House or his campaign, they actually
Yeah.
pre-sent questions for her to
Yeah.
use for the interview.
Now I
So,
got you.
yeah.
Um.
So and after that, I guess her bosses found out because she went on CNN and told them what happened. And they said
Yeah.
that they're gonna have to let her go because they are independent radio station
Yeah.
and they shouldn't be persuaded either way. So yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Like, do you think
Mm.
that presidential nominees should be able to submit questions in advance, or should they
Yeah.
be I guess unrehearsed and surprise?
I see what you're saying. Okay, so it's two ways to look at this. I agree with you. Like generally, the news is supposed to be independent. They're supposed to be the people that's really putting out those hard questions, asking things the public wants to know.
Yeah.
Because we have freedom of speech, freedom of press, they should be able to do these kind of things. But as we all know, a lot of these stations have been kind of, to the most part, bought off, and a lot of times they throw a lot of softball questions at some of the politicians just to kind of make sure that they come back. They kind of get
Right.
to increase their viewership.
Right.
So to some degree, I kind of feel like it doesn't matter whether it was scripted or unscripted. If you're going to throw softball questions at whoever comes on your show, what does it matter? Like, because you pretty much, if you're doing softball questions, you're going to make sure they look good. You're not going to really ask them anything pressing. So it's
Right.
kind of the same thing. And my whole thing about this is them letting her go and trying to act all innocent, like they didn't have anything to do. Like how you don't know the person that holds one of the highest offices in the country,
Right.
come to your show.
Right.
You don't know that they set this up with questions.
Exactly.
It sounds so kind of like how Justin Timberlake abandoned Janet Jackson. It's kind of like that. It kind of reminds me of that. What do you think? What do you think about this whole thing?
Yeah. Again, the president, the current president, is talking to your radio station.
Yeah.
But management had no idea what was going on.
Exactly.
We had no idea that they sent questions. Like,
Exactly.
come on now. I'm sure
Exactly.
you guys knew. You guys knew every single detail.
Exactly.
Now I was surprised that I was surprised and not surprised. So again, all the reason for the radio station interview was because of, as we all know, the horrible debate performance that he did about 10 days ago.
Yeah.
So the point of doing these interviews and these, in-person ad hoc meetings were supposed to be unscripted to show that, it was a one bad night and he can, answer questions, off the top of his head based on, what he has for the future. And it seems like, he can't do that.
Yeah, it just seems like it's almost like it gets worse every time. Literally, I believe in this interview, he said something to the effect of, I was the vice president, the first black woman or something like that.
Right.
Right. To, and I'm happy to have served. So, so it's like, you're not really, so you're forgetting, so you're a black, like, it just sounds like you're still kind of out of your mind. You're not helping with each of these interviews.
You're not helping. You're making it worse. And, and the funny thing is, Biden is supposed to be for, black people, but he just got a black woman fired.
Exactly. It's
so,
just like,
are you going to give her a new job because she's currently unemployed?
Exactly. You're going to bring her to this new administration. Since hopefully you think you're going to get elected again. Are you going to promise her a position? He doesn't. It's like he doesn't care. It just doesn't care.
It was,
exactly. Just like you said, I just can't believe it. It's like right after he had the what's the guy's name? Stephanopoulos, like the guy, like the George. George. Just did an interview with George, bombed that. Now you got another incident. It's just, I mean, can he? Yeah, he didn't encourage anybody that he's doing okay. It just looks worse. It looks worse to me. So
well, Mike, real quick, we got some comments in the chat. So let's see, from SWPP, so messed up that she was fired. I get it, but the press has been feeding questions to Biden forever, right? Let's fire them all then. She needs one of Trump's black jobs. Trump did mention black jobs. So Actually, it was funny. Just quick tangent. So at the debate, Trump did mention that illegal immigrants are taking black jobs, and if you guys went on Twitter, hashtag black jobs was trending, and everyone was talking about, well, what is a black job? So I don't have the list in front of me now, but it was just so funny to see some of the different black jobs that there are. So I guess they said, if you are, parking lot security, that's a black job. If you are a Waffle House cook, that's a black job. It was funny. So
no, I agree. Like, a lot of people were kind of offended by it, but I wasn't really that offended by it because
you guys know what he was talking about.
Exactly. Like I said, I feel like he it's kind of like he knew. It's like he's been online listening to black people, like their talking points and stuff, but it's like he just didn't know how to to speak it out in a way where it didn't look kind of like borderline.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say racist or whatever, but I understood what he was trying to say. Like it wasn't. I don't think his aim was to try to be racist and say black people can only work these jobs, stuff like that. He was just listening to a lot of YouTubers online, their talking points and so forth. Like one of them has just been, when Trump was in office and all the immigrants were gone, there were certain like factory jobs that suddenly got filled by black people because no longer had the immigrants. That's all he was saying. But people took it to mean that he was saying that, what do you think? Like,
no, I was just gonna say, so Chicago. Ask any black person in Chicago; they are furious about all the different jobs that are being taken away.
Exactly.
Now, again, I don't live in Chicago. I don't know the specifics, but I do know that Chicago and a lot of other metro cities around the country are very upset because they can't find jobs because other workers.
I agree. Yeah. That's been one of the biggest points with the whole immigration thing. It's not that a lot of people are anti-immigrant. It's just a matter of, to some degree, it brings down wages. And recently, maybe a few months ago, Tyson's Foods fired a whole bunch of their American workers for immigrants because, of course, they want to pay them lower wages.
How is that legal? How is that legal, though?
I don't know. I think, that's what people were saying. Like they were able to do it. They were able to do it though. They probably found some kind of clause where it's, like there's always something where like you can be fired at will or something like that. They probably just said y'all were underperforming or something like that. But either way, they did. It was in fact that they said they actually fired a bunch of American workers for the immigrants because they know they can pay them almost whatever they want. That's one of the reasons why people are so like against the whole thing. It's like, of course, like there's jobs. I don't want to pick Barry. You don't want to pick Barry. Okay, we got jobs. But there are jobs Americans do want that you're given to immigrant. That's where a lot of the tension is coming from. But, they always want to make it like we're anti-immigrant and that kind of thing. So,
Well, okay. Well, so again, I just thought it was a very interesting story, very sad story. I hope that Andrea Lawful Sanders, I hope you can find
we hope you find a new job. Maybe you can spin this and get an even better job because you like, I don't know. We'll see what happens.